I used to make myself disappear. Like you were doing. I used to go far away too. Mona quivered as she felt the heat bursting from Rod's loins. Don't even look at him. Get yourself out to the street with our safety doors, Anne.
Do I know you?
We've never met.
No.
How do I know your name?
Yes, how?
I can hear you thinking.
No, really, how?
I can hear you thinking. This city's full of lunatics. You should have just stayed in Ohio. Please don't be frightened of me. I used to make myself disappear, go away. Not anymore. Such a journey you were taking, imaginative, all the way to the moon.
You saw that.
Heard it. From the words you said, inside your head, you thought joyfully, freedom, power, omnipotence.
Yeah, it was moving in slow motion.
Slow motion?
Very little gravity. Every move studied, precise. Who are you?
You can call me Smitty.
And you can read my thoughts.
Yes.
That's
Amazing? No, I don't want your money. Besides, you only have some change left from the $5 bill you gave the dinosaur clerk to pay for that romance in your hands. I know. I heard you. No, you can't stop thinking. Because try as you might, your mind is still working. And even if you try to block me out, you're still just thinking the words, block him out.
That's incredible. I mean, I guess I didn't have to tell you that. You already knew I was thinking it.
You must be an English teacher.
Why?
You think in complete sentences. Most people only think in nouns. Train, clock, tiles, bench. Or they think in exclamations. Hey! Ow! Fuck! Oh, pardon me. Is this just the sort of thing you were hoping to find when you left Ohio? Does she look just like you? Oh, I'm sorry. I can hear things you don't want me to hear. It's not all that much of a blessing. I hear things I don't want to hear also. The Midas touch.
Pardon?
All King Midas touched, he turned to gold. At first glance, it was a blessing, but when he reached out to touch those he loved, life-size lawn statues. He could no longer touch. When he lost the ability to touch, he lost the ability to feel. Who's Claire? I'm sorry. You know, you can control your thoughts. I can only hear what you're actually thinking, not what you're hiding. Oh, you're an interpreter and not an English teacher. 16 languages? My, that is impressive. I don't understand. No, I don't understand. Ah, you can think in another language. Very facile. Joy, Hai, Him, Young, and June?
Choice me him young too.
What language is that?
Cantonese.
Very clever. What does it mean?
In the midst of danger, there's safety. It doesn't translate well into English.
In the midst of danger, there is safety. What made you think of that?
I don't know.
What are you doing out at this hour? It's 2:30. You're alone. In a deserted subway in New York. No, you're right. It's not deserted if I'm here. What? What language is that?
Finish.
Finnish. I'm just getting started. Thank you. You have pretty eyes, too. Oh, don't be embarrassed. Sometimes it's nice for me to know what somebody else is actually thinking. All right, I'll change the subject. I'll bet you and your twin had a secret language. That's why you became so interested in language. What wedding? She got married recently? I'm sorry. Don't go, please. I'm begging you. I'm sorry. I'll stop talking about her if you can just stop thinking about her. Even if you can't, I'll try not to notice. I sleep during the day when most people are awake and about their business. At night, it's quieter down here. There's fewer voices. It's more manageable. Usually, it's just me and the track rats. I guess they think, but they don't bother me. They don't think in English. I guess they have feelings, too, but I can't hear feelings. Only words.
The Midas touch.
You're singular. Different. Special. No, you are. Inside. You express yourself so clearly. You'd be surprised how often people don't say what they mean or mean what they say.
Have you always been like this?
And you chose to change the subject because... No, I haven't always been like this. Please, I'd like to tell you, but... How long have you been in New York?
And you chose to change the subject because... 6 months.
6 months?
I wanted to come my entire life, but...
I'm not noticing, I promise. So, tell me about your work at the UN. That must be very interesting.
It's not really. I'm just a tool.
Please.
No one really talks to me. What I mean is, when people talk to me, they're not directing conversation towards me or soliciting my opinion. They just... Information gets fed into 2 holes in my head and I spit it out another hole.
But you've changed it. The information went through you, you processed it, you made it comprehensible, and then you gave birth to a whole different, beautiful being.
But I have no...
Creative control. Exactly. You have an affinity for languages the way Betty Crocker knows recipes.
But at least Betty Crocker has creative control. She decides what spices to put in, or if you're going to bake, or broil, or cook. Comparing me to Betty Crocker is like comparing fingernail painting to the Sistine Chapel.
But could Betty Crocker whip up a trip to the moon?
It's just a form of escape.
But you got to go to the moon. You have tremendous control. No more words?
I was just looking at you.
No thoughts?
You look thin.
I do look thin.
Are you ill?
It's difficult for me to eat.
Wish I had that problem.
With so many distractions, so many stimuli, it's difficult to focus on anything, eating included.
What do you do?
Do?
Work. Where do you work?
You think I'm a vagrant?
No, Yes.
I don't work. I can't.
You don't do much of anything.
You're reading my mind?
No.
Don't let me make you sad.
You don't make me sad.
I'm trying not to notice.
Go ahead. Notice. I want you to notice. You're right. Claire was everything. She could read my mind and I could read hers, and we had a whole language, a whole world all ourselves, but it was all in here. And now she's getting married and my world's ended. What do you do when your world has ended?
But...
Not but. And. She got married and it ended.
You made a new start. You moved to New York and you made a new start.
Might as well have moved to the moon.
Things could be worse.
Why do people say that? What the hell is that supposed to mean? Sorry, kids. Grandpa died in his sleep, but it could be worse. For who, Grandpa? I'm sure if he could tell it, things could be a hell of a lot better.
I didn't mean anything by it.
I know. I'm sorry. I know in the long run, I'm not going to win some award for having the most messed up life ever, but somehow that just doesn't make it any better.
I'm sorry.
Wait, no, don't go.
I used to drive train. This was my line. This is my last stop. There's safety in danger. You said that before. You'll just have to explain that to me. It's just a high school kid. On the tracks, on a dare, they tell me. Those moments before, I've played them over and over inside my head. I used to daydream, you know. I used to go horseback riding with Indians or exploring with Magellan, you know. And I remember looking at the control panel. And I called my last stop. 57th Street, 57th Station. And I saw him on the tracks. At first I thought I was watching a movie or television. Why would somebody be on the tracks? And then I realized this was real. This was life. And I saw his eyes. and I heard his voice in my mind. He was screaming, like he was trying to wake up from a nightmare. But he couldn't wake up, he couldn't move. I heard his voice in my mind. He said no. Go on, tell me things could be worse. I deserve that.
No, it couldn't be worse. Is that comforting?
Not really.
Do you want to go somewhere?
I'm very vulnerable right now. Are you trying to seduce me?
Yes. I know somewhere we can go where there's very little gravity.
See,